All right, Alex, thank you. The latest on a bus crash in Alabama that injured several students during a Mardi Gras parade, a recap of Trump's first address to a joint Congress, and why lawmakers failed to pass a bill protecting victims of domestic violence. Look out. We've got a lot to talk about. Your top 4 and 4 countdown starts right now. Starting with headline number 4, it just seems like we can't go anywhere nowadays. 3 middle school students remain hospitalized after a sport utility vehicle plowed into a marching band during a Mardi Gras parade on the Alabama coast. A Gulf Shores city spokesman says 9 other band members have been released from the hospital since the crash. The young musicians were injured Tuesday when an SUV driven by a 73-year-old man in the parade accelerated quickly and struck members of the Gulf Shores High School band from behind. Police say the driver is cooperating and there's no indication of drugs or alcohol. Authorities say the crash appears to be accidental and no charges were filed. The SUV was decorated with a banner from an area chapter of the Military Officers Association of America. Here's headline number 3. Attorney General Jeff Sessions is now responding to allegations that he talked to Russia during the presidential campaign. There are revelations that Sessions talked twice with Russia's ambassador to the United States, but during his confirmation hearing, Sessions said he had no communications with the Russians. Sessions issued a statement last night saying, quote, "I never met with any Russian official to discuss issues of the campaign. I have no idea what this allegation is about. It is false," end quote. Well, a growing number of Republicans want Attorney General Jeff Sessions to recuse himself from the investigation into Russian meddling in the election and ties to the Trump campaign. And at last check, he did. Now here's headline number 2. Viewers nationwide strongly approved of President Trump's speech Tuesday night, with many Democrats joining Republicans in calling it presidential and having a positive tone. The president gained support for his policy plans among viewers. They came away from it more positive on his ideas for the economy, immigration, terrorism, crime, and Obamacare. In a CBS News poll, viewers across the country strongly approved of President Donald Trump's first address to Congress Tuesday night, with many Democrats joining Republicans in calling it presidential. The poll found that 71% called it unifying. Trump began by addressing a number of disturbing incidents around the country. Recently, Trump specifically mentioned bomb threats directed at Jewish community centers, vandalism at Jewish cemeteries, and a shooting in Kansas City that left one Indian man dead and another hurt. Now here it is, the number 1 headline of the week. A bill that would have added domestic violence to the list of legal reasons a person can get a divorce in Mississippi died in a House committee on Tuesday. The bill died after its chairman, State Representative Andy Gibson, said it could open, quote, "the floodgates to more divorces," even though Mississippi has one of the highest rates of divorce in the country. Well, it turns out the congressman received quite a bit of backlash after the bill died. In an email to the Huffington Post, Gibson said his remarks were taken out of context and that domestic violence victims who need a divorce are already covered under the existing grounds. There are currently 12 grounds for divorce in Mississippi, including adultery, drunkenness, and impotence. Yes, impotence. Victims of domestic violence can attempt to get a divorce on grounds of, quote, "habitual, cruel, and inhumane treatment, but experts say it can be difficult to prove. It requires cooperation and does not allow for types of abuse that are not physical." Now, this can pose a problem because verbal abuse is abuse, and domestic violence often happens behind closed doors. So if the fact that Senate House Bill 2703 was not passed shocks you, well, listen to these numbers. According to the State Attorney General's office and the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, every 9 seconds a woman is beaten or killed in Mississippi. 1 in 4 women will experience domestic violence in her lifetime, and 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men have been physically abused by an intimate partner. Now, I think we need to advertise this number now more than ever. If you know someone who is a victim of domestic violence or you yourself are one, call 1-800-898-3234. And remember, love is not supposed to hurt. We'll be right back after this.